Now, I recently made the switch to the Galaxy Z Fold 6, and after day-to-day use, testing out the phone's well-improved camera, using that big beautiful display, and just getting the most out of its really good experience, I must say that I think I miss my iPhone. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 is superior in every way. It has a cool factor, has more and bigger displays, and it's just a total catch when it comes to everything that you want in a phone. And yeah, while all of this is true, I generally tend to think that when it comes to everyday life, the regular slab phone is much better at practicality than a foldable. Like for instance, in day-to-day life, a regular slab phone is much more simple, it weighs less and it's less bulky, so it's easier to hold and carry. You can put a more protective case on the slab which will help protect the phone. Most apps are built for slab phones, so they provide a better, more cleaner look. And I haven't even gotten to price. A slab phone is much more cheaper. If you break it and have to repair, it'll be much more cheaper to fix. And it's just more convenient to everyday life. And I know that we think that a bigger, more grand product will always be the best option for most people, but that's not the case at all. Technology is supposed to make our lives more simple and easy, and most people care about their pockets and often like simplicity. And while using this phone, I couldn't help but think maybe foldables aren't the future at all. Maybe it was just a cool looking product, and because it was so new and different, people just hopped on the hype train and crowned it as the future. When in actuality, the reality of it is that foldables are in their own niche, and most of us have come to realize that they will never replace slab phones. And that's okay. But I'm not gonna lie, there's the other side of me that thinks that Samsung completely f***ed it all up and killed the foldable's chance of replacing the slab, and let me explain. See, in our generation, many things are built on hype, and it's very, very important to capitalize on that small window. But once you miss that hype train, it's extremely hard to get people as interested as they once were. It's something that's completely wrong with our society since we want everything to happen very fast, but unfortunately in the world that we live in, if you don't adjust, you'll be left behind. People know and love slab phones. Many don't see the reason to get rid of them, and I believe that Samsung had the notoriety and brand so powerful to push this invention forward. Even when they first released the Z Fold, many people made videos. They gave huge YouTubers some of their most popular content, and if we're being honest, if there was a company to really form the mold surrounding foldables and really push them as the future, it would have to be Samsung. But Samsung not only let other companies outdo them in the foldable phone category when it came to excitement, but they also refused to make the biggest upgrade that would have easily put them at the top when it comes to hype. And that's the front screen. See, no matter how exciting a company makes their foldable, Samsung will always be in the driver's seat because they made it popular first. Apple hasn't done it yet, and many other companies that are doing it don't have as much of a powerful brand as Apple or Samsung. So yeah, that's pretty much why I believe that Samsung could have pushed foldables to the forefront if they were bold enough to do it. I'm not being biased against anybody, and I just wanted to use an example as to why people make certain decisions when purchasing a product. Because if we're being honest, it ultimately led to why I prefer my iPhone 15 Pro Max over my Galaxy Z Fold 6. And at this moment in time, it resonates with me the most, and it's much more convenient. Now, a lot of times with a phone or any piece of tech, it's really not about what's the best, but it's more about what works for your lifestyle and environment. There are many people influenced by many different things that ultimately let them make a decision. And for me, living in the US has heavily influenced why I chose the iPhone 15 Pro Max over my Z Fold 6. This video is brought to you by Ekster. Now, Ekster is a company that produces some of the most high quality accessories that I've ever seen. Stellar backpacks, nice tools, and any premium essential that you need in your everyday carry. But my favorite accessory that I feel like Ekster has really mastered is easily their grade A card holders. They are extremely durable with a hard yet smooth to touch feel. The card holder can hold up to 12 cards while still being extremely slim and easy to carry. It can give you easy access with the press of a button. It has a money clip to hold your cash, and it even comes in many different colors, so you have a plethora of options to choose from. And if you think that the Ekster card holder has it all, Ekster will also give you the option to know where your wallet is at all times with this really reliable finder card, and all you have to do is put it in your card holder and you'll be able to track your wallet using the Find My app for iPhone. You will not only be able to track it, but you can also play a sound if you're in the area and need to know its exact location. So if you guys want to experience the amazing tracker card along with the essential card holder, Ekster is offering 25% off your purchase. Click the link in the description and comment section of today's video and use my discount code not seen. And again, I want to thank Ekster for sponsoring today's video. Now, first and foremost, I really want you guys to get to know me. I use a ton of different phones because it is my job to review and help people with their purchase decisions all across the board. But a lot of times, I will carry two phones on me, and I usually always have a main phone that I like to have on me. So if I'm reviewing the Galaxy S24, I have my S24 and my S24 Ultra, Pixel 8 Pro, or iPhone 15 Pro Max as my second phone. And this time around, I chose the Z Fold 6 to use as my main phone instead of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And here are some of the problems that I've encountered when making this transition. Now, the first problem that made me want to instantly go back to the 15 Pro Max is the social media integration. Now, it's no secret that the iPhone is the best phone to use when it comes to social media. The apps look better, they get less bugs, and most importantly, most of the companies that make these apps specifically design them for the iPhone. For example, I'm a Twitter Blue user, and right here, you can see that the iPhone has more available features, more app icons, and it doesn't look as blown up as it does on my Z Fold 6. Even on apps like Instagram or TikTok, the camera within the app will have much better quality than on my Android phones because these apps are truly designed for the iPhone. So a lot of times, on my Z Fold 6, the quality is greatly reduced and the emojis on the stories look terrible when compared to my 15 Pro Max. And this is a huge problem for me because over the past few months, I've been doing some short form content creation. So a lot of times whenever I need to shoot a video, share a nice story, or post a video that's saved in my drafts, the iPhone will get the job done so much easier since I can shoot a video on command with the camera quality, and I can post a good story with more familiar emojis to get that really clean look. And some of you guys may be thinking that this isn't a big deal, but again, I've been more into the social media scene, and I prefer the phone that gets the job done much easier in that category. Now, the next reason why I do regret switching to the Z Fold 6 from my 15 Pro Max is because the iPhone makes communication easier. Now, if you're watching this video from another country, I currently live in the US, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that 90% of people here have an iPhone as their main phone. Android phones aren't that popular, which means that 9 times out of 10, when you are contacting someone, they use an iPhone, and Apple has constantly tried to make communication between iPhones and Androids as hard as possible. Everyone in my family and friends have FaceTime, so it's much more difficult, and it will take more steps to have them download Google Duo, so it's much easier for me to have my iPhone on me and just simply FaceTime them. A lot of my friends and family don't use Google Maps, so instead of me having to download it and share all my locations, it's much easier to have my iPhone and send my locations so they can track my whereabouts within the Find My iPhone app. Sharing and receiving high quality videos can be extremely difficult since they can result in very blurry captures, so it's much easier to have my iPhone since I can send videos and they're still high quality, or I can just airdrop someone and make the process much more easier. And a lot of my friends and family don't have Cash App or Zelle, so it's much easier to be able to Apple Pay them since all you need is an iPhone for it to work, and it'll automatically send the funds over instantly without anyone needing to make an account. And going even further into why having an iPhone made communication much easier, iMessage was my preferred choice since again, Apple purposely made connecting with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 much harder. Whenever I'm using iMessage, you can react to messages without having to say anything to get your point across. Group chats not only look better, but there are more features and things that you can do to address a single person within that group chat, and even sharing music is much easier. Even in terms of lifestyle, the iPhone made my life a little bit easier because as of 2024, I've been extremely strict when it comes to my health. I work out 3 to 5 times a week. I try to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and I try my best to watch what I eat. So instead of me having to keep switching between my Galaxy Watch and Apple Watch, I decided to stick with my Apple Watch Ultra this year because tracking my health on one device made my progress that much easier. And as you guys can see right here, it also helps when I'm working out with my iPhone, AirPods, and Apple Watch Ultra because when I run, I can easily change songs to check my progress while I'm working out, and I can hear and read important notifications when I don't feel like pulling my phone out of my pocket, resulting in a much easier workout. Now, the final reason as to why I regret switching to the Galaxy Z Fold 6 from the iPhone 15 Pro Max is arguably the most important thing that I need in my everyday life, and that's the video camera. Now, in my personal opinion, iPhones have had the best video cameras since the beginning of the smartphone era. They have the best quality, the best lighting, and they give me the exact look that I'm looking for. And this is the most important thing to me because most of the time I'm shooting videos, whether it's for Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and it always helps to be able to pull out my phone, shoot a video, and get top-notch quality. But with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, even though the camera is pretty good and has improved, I feel like the lighting and quality doesn't give me that look that I'm looking for, and even though it does provide some good natural light, the Z Fold 6 still really doesn't give me that exact look, and there are even times where it'll drastically change the lighting and make the phone look more worse than on my iPhone, and I found it to be much harder harder in general to get good consistent videos, which made me want to switch back to my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I would say that those are pretty much the main reasons as to why I regret switching. Other small reasons include aesthetic. I really do like more simplistic phones. I really don't care for the folding factor, and I really don't need multiple screens. I like my iPhone because it makes communication easier, and it also helps with my productivity. But besides the reasonings for why I'm choosing to make my iPhone 15 Pro Max my main for right now, I will say that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is a cooler phone with much more to offer. It's better than the iPhone 15 Pro Max when it comes to that, but if you want simplicity with a top tier experience, the iPhone 15 Pro is a better buy.